Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I am your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to follow us over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join a discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. If you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications. Podcast character design is done by Demon Artie. Check her out over on Twitter at Artie Demon. You're going to see some great artwork, fan art, redesigns, original stuff. And if you like what you see, be sure to give her a like, a follow, and a retweet. So we got another comic book review. I don't do many of these. I'm starting to want to do more of them. But this one's going to be, this is going to be Start Again. Number one, I was contacted over on Twitter by Jamie Mee, one of the creators of the comic, and I was given a review copy for the first issue. And it's pretty good. It's not usually my typical fare. I kind of still like capes, superhero stuff and, kind of big action things. But this is kind of an interesting take on modern day, social media, the news cycle, how everything is, fast in your face, the next big news story, and how that would affect a superhero and like their relationships, or they're trying to have relationships, trying to have their anonymity, but also at the same time, they want to be superheroes. And this is kind of a cool take on that, especially in the first issue. While it didn't completely blow me away, I do want to see what happens next in the story, which is, I think, is the goal of a first issue, right? And right off the beginning, this is you can see the little warning at the bottom there. There is nudity. There is, so if that kind of stuff bothers you, I'm not going to show any of it. But if that gets your goat and you can't, oh no, not nakedness, then this isn't a comic for you. But anyone else, come on, let's get going. Here's everyone who worked on the book. I'm horrible at pronouncing names. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. But here's the splash page. Here's all them. If you like this kind of stuff, get this copy, follow it. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where this goes as a story, because I'm more interested in what's happening to the main hero character as a person, not as a superhero. But I guess that's what's the whole point of it. But we open up, we're in a club scene, and our hero, accidentally walks in the women's restroom. Bathrooms in nightclubs are awful situations because it's loud. You can't see anything. I don't like clubs at all. I've only been to like 2 my whole life, and it's always been an awful experience. But he accidentally walks in on this girl, and he has to go to the bathroom, and they kind of have a conversation. He's kind of like talking to her and everything, and just like why people go to clubs, one thing leads to another, and they end up in bed together. I'm skipping all that, so you don't have to worry about seeing any of the nudity because scary. This is where we get some of the backstory, not really backstory, but interesting little nuggets of like, oh, what is this all about? When he's with her, he sees another woman, some woman with red hair. So he kind of has like a flashback or a PTSD moment or something where he just kind of has a little bit of a freak out. And she's like, whoa, what's going on? Is everything okay? He's like, yeah. Everything's fine. But he's like being weird. And he straight up, I don't know if he purposely jumped off the balcony or he slipped, because it looks like he was jumping, but then it looks like he kind of maybe was changing his mind and he slipped off. So he goes plummeting off this building. Like, holy crap, this guy just killed himself or accidentally killed himself. But this is where we get into the superhero part. He's a superhero. He hits a car and he's not hurt. There's someone out there at the camera like, oh, it must be, it's Jump. I'm assuming this is his superhero name. But he's completely naked, and so all that goes on the internet, and everyone knows who he is. It's all over Facebook, it's on Twitter and Instagram, and people are constantly running news stories on it. So how this kind of ruined his life. He made a mistake, but when a normal person makes a mistake and does something stupid, it's, people tend to forget about it pretty quickly. But since he's a superhero, it sticks, because this is 6 weeks later, and he's still completely bummed out. He's living with a friend. And, there's a good friend. He's there. He could have easily sold him out to the tabloids, and made a whole ton of cash. But he's a good guy. He's sticking with him, which is pretty cool. I like that. It's nice to know that this hero has a real human friend who actually cares about him as a person, not him, the superhero, which is pretty cool. But, he's still bummed out and everything. And he kind of gets his friends like, hey, you gotta get up. You gotta take a shower. Go back out. You can't just hide in here forever. So he ends up walking back out, and he wants to see that girl again. The one that he was with, partly to say he's sorry and partly to say, to talk to her about everything that went down. He goes back to her apartment, and there's a paparazzi guy out there, and he kind of recognizes him, and he starts harassing him. Hey man, let me see who you're. It's that Hollywood mentality of like everything's a celebrity, everything's a story. He ends up kind of hurting this guy, like pushing him, and he's like, oh crap, I hope I didn't kill this guy. He's not dead, but he did knock him on his butt. There's probably going to be a lawsuit there. I guess in this world, heroes are sanctioned by the government. Like, this takes place in London. So, like, he had, like, his, he got suspended from the government. So, I guess I don't know, have to sign up with whatever the local authorities if you're a superhero. So, a crowd starts to gather. And since he can, I'm assuming they call him jumps. That means he can jump really high. Jumps to the floor where, that girl's apartment is. Starts walking around. Knocks on the door. Sees that she's in the bathroom. And I'm not going to show the last page because that's, like, the big spoiler. But, yeah, it leaves some implications. Here's the cover for issue 2. And I like this cover here. Looks really, really cool. But yeah, I'm drawn in. This is usually, again, like I said in the beginning, usually not my fare. I kind of like just straight up real superhero stories. But it's kind of cool to see a introspective of the human instead of the superhero, where he did something dumb, he got, all over the internet, and how that kind of affected his life. It's going to affect this woman's life that he was with, because they're going to start harassing her, because, what was he like? What was he doing? Because everyone wants to know, because everyone's infatuated with celebrities, let alone someone who has literal superpowers. But yeah, definitely check this out. I'm going to follow this and pick up the next issues when they come out. And thanks to Rag Zombie, Brian, one of the creators of Rags, he's the one who tagged me in this guy's story to pick up the comic and look at it. But yeah, definitely pretty cool. But keep in mind, it is mature. There is nudity, but come on, grow up. But yeah, definitely check it out if you wanted to see something that's kind of a different take on a superhero. Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.